Toms, starring Ted Pratt. And now, here's Ted.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Peeping Toms, New York's newest and grooviest game. You have just seen the first half of our real-life candid situation. Now, in 1 minute, you will have to predict just what our unsuspecting subject will do. You folks there in the audience and those of you peeking in at home, guess along with us, okay? All right. Now, today, our Peeping Tom's problem is chivalry. Now, what does a fella do when a pretty girl starts taking off all her clothes right there in front of him? Blind girl, that is. Lovely young model Danielle Breton agreed to be our decoy. Now, Danielle is not really blind, but that's what we want our male friend to think. Okay, peepers, look at the board. You've got 20 seconds to pick your answer. Stop, look, and listen. Silence is golden, or this way out. Well, look at that. Both of our contestants have picked the same answer. Let's see if they're right. Oh, I am sorry, Pat and Fred, but better luck next time, right, audience? All right. And now, before we meet our contestants for tomorrow, let's bring out the lovely Danielle Breton, our blind girl. Oh, so nice to see you. Danielle, tell me, what do you do in real life?
Oh, right now I study to be a model with G. Fox, and also I study to be an actor.
Great, that's wonderful, Danielle. Danielle, let's bring out our other guest, Peeping Tom's own Mr. Chivalry, Philip Wood. You know, we all think you're a great sport. Phil, what do you do in real life?
Oh, I'm an advertising manager for the Amsterdam Star.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. I'm glad you... Well, it's been wonderful talking with you, Danielle and Phil, but that music tells us that we just have time to give away our prizes before we have to say bye-bye. Danielle, for you, this complete set of Reynolds stainless steel cutlery. Congratulations. And Phil, for you, good sport that you are, dining and dancing for two at Manhattan's famous African Room.
Philip! I just remembered that I haven't eaten all day, and I thought maybe you want some help with your dinner for two. I don't bite, you know. That is, if I'm fed, I don't bite. I have brought my own cutlery.
All right, let's go get my car.
Okay. I just stand there and I feel very stupid, you know, but then I said to the photographer, I said something is so terrible, you can't even put that in the French movie, but he deserved that, you know. He's how you say that word, he's a son of a bastard.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, he was that too, son of a bitch, but I'm not, you know, I'm not like you Americans, women's liberation. I don't spend my life to hate the man. I don't like that, but this man, he have deserved what I tell him. So after that have happened to me, then I said to myself, now it's time for you to go from Quebec.
Quebec?
Yes?
I thought you were French.
Oh yes, I'm French Canadian. It's not the same, you know. Quebec is very pretty, you know, but now for me, New York is done. It's for me, is for me freedom, New York. Yesterday, you know what I have to? I go to the top of the Empire State Building, you know, that building to be, and I am up there by myself and nobody knows there. I look down, I can see all the little car and the people, and I'm all by myself and nobody knows that I'm there.
Do you like to be alone?
Sometimes I do, but not tonight.
Daniel, I think I should take you home now.
I'm sorry, this is so embarrassing.
I waited for you at the TV studio. You saw me.
Why can't you leave me alone?
Look here, Miss Breton and I were just having a drink.
Mrs. Emile Breton and you.
I am not married. I have been divorced for a year, but still he follows me.
Daniel, that is quite enough. We do not want to discuss our very private problems in front of strangers. Come along now.
Don't touch me!
Waiter!
Come along.
I will go, but not with you.
It is important to go home now. Come on.
Yes, sir.
This gentleman is bothering us.
You want to come with me, sir?
Come on, Daniel.
Yes, just come with me, Daniel.
It is very important.
Daniel, come on with me. Daniel, get your hands off.
Come on, I better take you home.
Okay,
Where do you live?
Staten Island.
Staten Island? I thought you said you lived in New York.
Isn't Staten Island in New York?
I guess it is. Come on.
You know, there's so few people that I have any feeling for. Not just men, you know. Ever since my sister left, we have had such a close bond.
Hey.
Well, here's my apartment. I was just moving, you know, I have a dishwasher.
Real dishwasher?
I think it's very hot right here. I think turn the thermostat. Oh my goodness. It's just cooler already now. You don't feel that? Oh, Margot, what is something so sad? No, I think what you should do. Oh, you just must wait there for me, and then I will get ready. Okay, Philip?
Oh, Christ.
Philip, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Does your ex-husband make a habit of standing guard out there?
Why, he's always following me. What is so terrible, you know, is his persistence. He says that we can work it through, but I don't want to work it through. Sometimes there are no solution. I think you better go.
Wait,
No, I think
wait,
you
look,
better
I
go.
got an idea.
What?
Why don't I go downstairs? I'll get in the car. I'll drive around the block. And I'll park. And then I'll come back through the back entrance. I'll pretend to leave. Okay?
Oh, no, that's such a good idea to...
Trust me. I got rid of him before. I can do it again.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
I wait for you.
Got your cutlery.
bien dormi? Mais qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Pourquoi tu me regardes comme ça? Où étais-tu hier soir? Oh, je suis rentrée très tard et je ne voulais pas te déranger. Alors j'ai dormi sur le canapé. Raconte des histoires. Voyons Dominique, sois raisonnable. Je me sens pas bien. Eh bien, moi non plus. D'ailleurs, je vais m'allonger sur le canapé. Apporte-moi ton thé au salon. Non, non, reste ici. Je ne veux pas que tu ailles au salon. Je ferai ce que je veux. Je te défends d'aller là-bas. Il est dans le salon, je sais qu'il est dans le salon. Comment peux-tu le ramener ici après tout ce que s'est passé? Calme-toi, Dominique. Tu sais bien que le médecin a dit que je suis fatiguée. Je me sens vraiment pas bien. Sois gentil. Et moi alors, je me sens bien, je suppose. C'est Louis qui nous a séparés. C'est Louis qui m'a fichu dans cet hôpital. Mais c'est pour ton bien, Durning. Et qu'est-ce que tu en sais, toi? Quel hôpital alors? Il n'y a que des fous. Oh, je suis tout caché. Ah, moi, tout caché. Et toi, alors? Qu'est-ce que tu as fait avec lui toute la nuit? Dégoûté. Voilà. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, say, shh.
No.
No. What's that?
It is my sister.
Come on, take it easy. You can tell. Just
She's so crazy. She got so angry with me when I'm with anyone except for her. It was with my husband and now you.
Well, why is she here?
Because we are twins and today is our birthday and she can come visit me, but she know that she have to go back, and so she's feel very bad.
Look, why don't I leave?
No. Please, stay with me.
Okay.
I look so terrible, I think.
No.
I have such a headache. I've had too much mama punch last night.
A little.
Philip, I think I would feel better. I have no more of these pills. Could you get me some
Sure.
at the drugstore? You know where is Bay Street?
Yeah.
And then we have a happy birthday together.
450, 79, 89, $1.29. That's $7.68.
Yes?
You must do as I tell you.
Yes, I'm.
You are not well.
Yes, I know. Please, but I have only 2 pills left. Please hurry.
Yeah, that was fine. And I'd like something written on it.
You can't have it. The cake decorator isn't in yet.
Well, couldn't you do it?
Are you kidding?
Well, why not?
Hey, Louise, he wants me to write on a cake.
You? I'd like to see you try.
All right, then, I will. What do you want written?
Happy birthday to Danielle. No, happy birthday to Dominique and Danielle.
Dominique and Danielle. You gotta be kidding.
Come on, let me show you. surprise. Hey, now you know you're not supposed to cut the cake until you make a wish and blow out the candles.
Hello? I want to report an emergency, a murder. Hello? I want to report a murder. A man, about 25 and black. I saw it just now through my window. I live in the apartment across the courtyard. 36 Hamilton. Yes, I'll meet you downstairs right away. My name is Grace Collier. Yes, the Grace Collier. I wrote that story. I'm sorry you feel that way, Detective, but I have to write it the way I see it. Sometimes the police are wrong. Look, this is ridiculous. We can't discuss it now. A man is bleeding to death. Yeah, right away. Bye.
I'm coming. Dominique? Just a minute.
What's wrong?
Oh, Emile, thank you for coming, but everything is fine now, and I get dressed and go out.
What happened?
Oh, well, this morning I felt those pain, you know.
What happened?
Dominique. What have you done?
Dominique is here.
She was here.
Watch out. Someone might look in the window. me. Help me!
What are you going to do?
Degrees, it's a beautiful day here in New York. This is Wendy Craig on the radio for you. Remember, we'll be back with you tomorrow afternoon.
We're on the couch. Put on some makeup. It must look as if nothing has happened.
Here.
Just drop it there.
I'm Grace Collier. I just spoke to you on the telephone.
How you doing, Miss Collier? I'm Detective Kelly. My partner, Detective Spinetti. Just what seems to be the problem here?
Well, you're the man I just spoke to on the telephone, aren't you?
That's right.
Well, I imagine we can discuss
I hope
that.
there's not too much imagination involved here,
Well, you
Miss Collier.
obviously don't think so, or you wouldn't be here, am I right? Now, I just saw a man viciously and repeatedly stabbed. It was in that apartment up there, 3R. The name is Breton. The man is probably dying if he's not dead already, so I think the best thing to do is to get up there.
All right, take it easy, will you, lady? These people are always stabbing each other.
These people?
All right. Now let's just keep calm, huh? One step at a time. Your story is that you looked out the window. What time would that have been?
I'm sure your people have all this written down. I think the thing to do is to get up there and try to save that poor guy.
Miss Collier, our work's a profession. A doctor, for example, doesn't begin to operate.
You're
before-
not a doctor.
I read your article about police brutality in Stapleton. And the next time the Staten Island Panorama decides to investigate our methods, I hope they send a real reporter.
I'm going up there.
And you're certainly not a cop.
And you're not either if you don't do something about this. Unless, of course, you'd rather go beat up a few students.
Ever hear of a search warrant, Miss Civil Liberties? Well, you haven't got one, and neither do I.
You mean you're actually going to stand here and ask me idiotic questions like some dumb courtroom drama while a man actually dies? I saw it. Saw it happen. Actually saw it happen.
Calm down. Now, you just go back to your apartment and relax.
And watch you walk off.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? That'd make a great story for your next issue. Police refuse to investigate brutal race murder. Not a chance, lady. You stick with us and keep your mouth shut.
I'll do what I consider necessary. This isn't a police state yet.
Yes?
Police officer.
Oh, yes, can I help you?
Are you the lady of the house?
Yes, I am.
You live here alone?
Yes?
Had any company this morning?
Oh, no, nobody.
That will do, Miss Collier.
If there is some information that you need, I would be glad to help you, but as you can see, I'm in the middle of dressing, so if you excuse me, I finished.
She's afraid. Mind if we come in?
Just what you want.
Well, if you don't mind our coming in, this lady will explain.
Have you the search permission? Have you that?
You mean a search warrant?
Yes, the search warrant. Have you that?
No.
Well, then, if you have not the search warrant, obviously it's not very important. So if you excuse me, I finished to dress and you can come.
It'll take me just about 10 minutes to get a search warrant. Now, while Spinetti here is going to the trouble of doing that, I shall naturally have to...
Excuse me, I don't mean to offend you. Come in. But you know, I see all the time on the television show the scene of the evil criminal and the policeman, and the policeman knock on the door, and the criminal, he asks about, you know, what you have asked me, the search warrant. But you have not said to me, open in the name of the law. You have not said that.
Now then, Miss...
Danielle Breton.
I'm Detective Kelly. This is Detective Spinetti, and,
How do you do?
this is Miss Collier, your neighbor from across the way.
Hello, how are you? Hello.
Now, something very unusual occurred this morning. Seems that Miss Collier happened to glance out of her window and saw something which so shocked and disturbed her that she called the police department.
I saw a murder.
Thank you, Miss Collier. Now then, Miss Breton, I suppose you can see Miss Collier's apartment from here.
I really don't know.
You know very well you can. Yes, there's my window, and this is definitely the right apartment.
Miss Collier, do you spend a lot of time watching my apartment?
You saw me. You know you did.
If I have seen you, then I would have pulled the shade, and if I do that, I have to give up all my life to have the privacy.
She did draw the shade. Obviously, once she'd hidden the body, she felt safe. But it must be here somewhere.
I can't believe that this is serious.
He wrote help on this window in his own blood, and I watched him write it.
Here, he write that?
Naturally, she washed it off. It's all so obvious. This girl is protecting someone. But the murderess is someone this girl knows. She was shorter and had a twisted face and stringy hair and was having a terrible fit of some kind.
Do you know someone who would fit that description, Miss?
No.
Good God, I saw the knife. I saw her stab him.
Could somebody have gotten in here without your knowledge?
It would be impossible. I was here all morning.
What about the man that stayed over?
I was quite alone. You see, I'm divorced from my husband, and it's still, well, it's very personal, you know. But Miss Collier, many times at night I watch the television show, and I watch the horror film, and it make me full of fear, and I jump at every noise. I understand that when you live alone, it make you, it's very difficult. I understand that. What I saw happen was real.
Mind if we have a look around?
No, it's perfectly all right.
Thank you, Miss Collier. I know you're doing your best to help the forces of justice, but they will be better served by your sitting down.
That body is here somewhere, and she knows it.
How many rooms do you have, Miss Breton?
There's the living room here, and then the bathroom and the kitchen, and then past is the bedroom.
You mind if we see the bathroom?
Oh, no, the bathroom is here. Yes. And...
bedroom?
Yes, the bedroom is down here. Here.
Coming, Miss Collier?
Oh, excuse me for a second.
Miss Collier.
Would you stick with us, please?
I understand.
Have you looked under the bed?
I was waiting for you. Any luck?
You think we should check those hallway closets?
It's fine with me. They're right here.
Thank you.
There you are, and there.
Can we look in these bags?
Yes, fine.
Why do you have things in pairs, like twins? You have a twin.
I have a television commercial to do sometime, and in case I should get the makeup, you know, on a dress, then there's another one for the next take. You see, I'm a model, and sometime an actress too.
You certainly are.
That will do, Miss Collier. I'm sorry to have troubled you, Miss Breton.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
I'm sure you'll report it to the police.
Oh, yes, sir.
By withholding evidence, you can make yourself an accessory after the fact.
Well, if I do hear anything, then I telephone you. Okay. Oh, excuse me.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Emily.
No, Officer Kelly, my husband, my ex-husband, Emile Breton, and Officer Spinati.
Definitely, now you've done something naughty and the police have found out.
No, they tell me that they look for a dead body.
Are you serious?
One of the neighbors claims she saw a murder being committed. Mind if I ask you a question, Mr. Breton?
Oh, you think I can do that?
Just what is your full name?
Emile Breton.
How long have you and Mrs. Breton been divorced?
We're not divorced. Separated. Separation is over.
Dominique and Danielle, she does have a twin. It was right here.
Listen, one more word out of you and I'm going to book you. I'll book you on something. I'll find something in the book to book you on. Attempted libel, assault on a police officer. I don't care what it is, but I'll do it.
I saw a murder, and I'll prove it.
Listen, Miss Collier, I don't know what kind of a nut you are or what kind of an expose you're looking to get. But just don't bother me or that girl upstairs, okay? As far as I'm concerned, this case is closed. You got that? Closed!
To meet upstairs. What are you doing here?
Grace, it's Tuesday. Oh, I forgot. Well, let's go.
Honey, don't you think you ought to change into something a little bit more... Yeah, I'll change. I'll meet you at the car, okay?
Honey, I thought we were going upstairs to have a little chat, and if you were embarrassed about the mess, you know I'm always glad to help you tidy up. Although what you're going to do when you get married, I don't know. Oh, did I tell you the Cunningham girl is engaged? She's about your age. Now, she finally found somebody that suits her. He's a doctor. Well, he's a veterinarian, but the animals are all owned by wealthy people, and he has his own hospital. So you see, honey, just because things aren't working out with you and your editor, what's his name, Jim?
I don't want to discuss that.
Oh, well, I'm not trying to interfere, honey. But you know, this doctor has a very interesting young assistant. Oh, Grace, that reminds me. They've started right in our neighborhood, and I don't know whether the zoning laws are going to permit it, and I just don't know how they got away with it. But 3 or 4 blocks away from us, Are you listening, honey? Because this would make a very interesting story for your newspaper. An experimental madhouse. Now, you see, what's worse is that they just let them walk. The whole idea is that instead of locking them up, they let them live in a house, and the doctors make a home for them, and it's sort of a family situation, just like real people. It's very advanced. I saw something about it on television. Now, you see, honey, there are interesting things going on right here in Staten Island. But I tell you, I don't feel safe at night.
Would you stop here?
Why?
Over?
This morning and buy a birthday cake.
Lady, 10 men came in and bought 10 birthday cakes.
This cake had 2 names on it, but written the way a child writes, not the way a...
Yeah, the colored guy that made me write on the cake.
What were the names?
I don't know, Daisy and Debbie.
Dominique and Danielle, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's it. I did it and I don't even remember.
Can I have your names, please?
What for?
My name is Grace Collier, and I write for the Staten Island Panorama.
And I'm her mother, Mrs. Payson Collier.
My girlfriend and I read your column. My name is Elaine Deanna. Deanna. And the other girl is Louise
Wilansky.
What do you want to know?
Thank you, that's fine.
Oh. Hey, how do you like that? She says she's going to write an article. She doesn't ask us any questions.
They're just terrible about deadlines. Really, Grace, you were rather abrupt.
I happen to be working on an assignment.
Well, don't you think you're taking this little job of yours a bit seriously? I mean, after all, you're 25 years old. You should be thinking about something else.
I'm not gonna marry anybody, and I wish you'd stop referring to my work as a little job. I like to call what I do a profession, only working for the Staten Island Panorama is a bit of a joke. Do you know what my next assignment is?
No, I don't.
I'm having lunch tomorrow with an 80-year-old ex-con who's just carved an entire replica of the Danbury Penitentiary out of soap.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, I want to write about the apathy in the police force, about where the heroin goes after a bust, about the fat political
have
cat.
to shout right here on the street. What's the matter with you? I've never seen you like
I'm
this.
on to something big.
Are you on diet pills again? Now, I can see that you have your mind on other things.
Can we have another date?
We do have another date. You have supper with us on Friday.
Fine. I'll be there.
Well, can I drop you somewhere?
No, it's okay. I'll walk.
Well, it's not the way you planned it, but that's the way we're going to do it.
A white woman kills her black lover, and those racist cops couldn't care less. I saw it happen, and they won't investigate. Well, if you're not interested, I'm sure I can find someone else who'd print it. Lots of people would. Good. You're interested. I'll do my own investigation. Why not? I know more than those idiot police. I know karate. A private detective, waste of money. All right. All right, what's his name? Joseph Larch. Now, I think the best thing for us to do...
This is what we do. You go up to your apartment, call Danielle and see if anybody's home. If someone answers, wave once. If no one's there, wave twice.
Well, you're going up there if
Sure.
someone's there.
All I have to do is know the situation in advance. I can play it either way.
Well, in that case, I can pretend to be making an informal telephone
No, you just
survey.
do your hand signals. If there's no one up there, I can charm the super into give me a pass key.
No, you've got to make a wax impression.
No one does that. Look, you go up to your apartment, watch the front when I'm up there, and if you see someone coming, telephone the apartment. One ring.
Well, what if...
One ring and then hang up. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. But suppose that...
Hey, have you ever been a detective?
No.
Have you?
No. But
All right.
simple logic suggests a way of doing things. I don't see that it can be all that mysterious.
Grace, this is a craft. I wouldn't try to teach you how to write magazine articles. Listen, I went to school to learn this. The Brooklyn Institute of Modern Investigation. Okay? Okay. Now, you go on up to your apartment and do what I told you. Go ahead. I'll be here.
What was that you were waving?
I don't know, but they had it hidden in the bedroom, so it might be something important. Take a look at it.
Well, I tell you about the real evidence I found in the living room. I got up there without any trouble. I did the usual search. Nothing. I was beginning to think that cop was right about you until I tried to move the couch. I couldn't. It was too heavy.
The couch.
Yeah. He's in the couch.
What?
The body.
What about the body?
What I went up there to look for, remember? The body is in the couch.
Terrific. And the murderess is in here.
What?
Do you know what you found? A complete file on the Blanchon twins.
Well, what are you talking about?
Do you remember about a year ago, Life magazine ran a whole story on them? The only Siamese twins.
Look, I was up there, Grace, and I know what I know, and I know what I saw, and I didn't see no Siamese twins. I do know that you have to have a dead body before you have a murder. I gotta get going. We gotta catch this ferry.
You mean that's all you're gonna do, locate the body and then split?
Yes, for Quebec.
Quebec?
That's where Brenton told him to take it, and wherever that couch goes, I follow. Because somebody's gonna be waiting for it at the other end, and I want to know who.
Well, that makes sense.
Hey, lend me $1, will you?
Yeah. Now, when we get to Manhattan, I'm gonna go see this writer. And then...
Then you go back to your apartment, lock the door, and wait for me to call. Period.
Where's Arthur McLennan's office?
Into the hall to your right.
Miss Collier?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm Arthur McLennan.
How do you do?
Hello. I'm afraid I'm a little disorganized today. Are you here about? That's the Blanchian twins file.
Yes, it is. Now, I know you did the story over a year ago, but I was hoping you might remember enough about it to help me.
Those poor girls. You know, this looks like the file I saw at the Varzell Institute. Oh, that's the original, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is.
Well, how'd you get it? Are you going to do a follow-up? We never did. The managing editor would never assign it.
Well, they've asked me to find out as much as I can about it. We're not quite sure what kind of a piece we do.
Oh, well, come on in. We'll talk about it, huh? The subject is a curious one. You know, after we ran this story, we got about 500 letters. No matter what else they said, they all had that same tone of morbid fascination. I don't excuse myself either. Until I actually met the Blanchian girls, I was the same way. Hey, you know, if you're going to do that piece, I've got something I'd like to show you.
Oh, I'd appreciate anything.
You do have some time now,
Of course.
Because sometimes I forget myself when I get going on a subject, but actually, if you have the time, I'd like to show you videotape. The more I learned, the more interested I became. You see, to me at any rate, the psychological and philosophical elements are of extreme importance. Yes. Fine. Now, there. You're about to begin.
Conjoined twins, called Siamese, challenge life at their first breath. History had them as the stuff of myth and symbol. Some tried to achieve such normality as they could. The famous Chang and Eng, twins of Siamese birth who gave this congenital abnormality its popular name, married and fathered families. Other twins lived by hiring themselves out to sideshows or running small-town souvenir shops. With the increasingly sophisticated surgical techniques developed in this century, some twins have been separated and lead normal lives. Others never can. Born on March 27, 1948 in Quebec, the Blanchians were Canada's first Siamese twins. Their parents died in an automobile accident only days before their first birthday. Dominique and Danielle were to grow up from then on within the pale walls of the Loisel Institute, where surgeons, reluctant to risk an operation on their delicate spinal conjoinment, decided to let them live as one. But whether as twins through life
That's
or
Danielle's
as two
husband.
separate beings
Who told you
created
that?
with the stroke of a
I want to
scalpel,
hear this.
there is always a price to pay.
It seems that the older they become, the more precarious is their psychological balance, both within themselves and between one another. In this, I am in agreement with my colleagues, although they tend to think that Dominique is the truly disturbed one. I think they will find that Danielle, who is so sweet,
so responsive, so normal, as opposed to her sister, can only be so because of her sister. Bonjour, Dominique.
Oh, bonjour,
Daniel, ça va?
This was the last interview the conjoined twins would ever give. That night, doctors were forced by nature to perform an operation they had hoped to avoid. Late the next day, the Institute announced a successful separation. Dominique and Danielle, once one, would now stand each alone.
Well, what do you think?
That's an extraordinary tape, Mr. McLennan.
You know, I tried to do a follow-up, but the Institute was closed to me even as a friend of the twins.
Why was that?
Well, all I could find out at the time was that after the operation, there'd been some complications.
What sort of complications?
I never did get any official information, so I slipped $20 to one of the suture nurses, and she told me that Dominique Blanchion had died on the operating table.
Heavy, no. Come on.
What are you doing?
I have my work to do.
Do you live here?
So they tell me.
Do you mind if I use your telephone?
No.
Where is it?
It's in the kitchen down the hall.
Thank you.
Better spray yourself, hon. You're not supposed to be in here.
I've got to use the telephone.
You're not supposed to be in here. I think you have a cold. No. It's a clean telephone. Just think you can walk in here like that? Did you know that the germs can come through the wires? I never call and I never answer. It's a good way to get sick. Very, very sick. That's how I got so sick. Someone called me on the telephone!
What's going on here? Who are you?
My name is Grace Collier, and I write for the Staten Island Panorama, and I must use the telephone.
No! No! Don't give it to us all!
She won't use it, Arlene. She won't. Trust me. Look, this is the Linton Clinic. You can't just come walking in here like this.
Well, I can if one of your patients is roaming around loose, murdering people.
Oh, come on. There have been a lot of wild rumors going around about us, but I wouldn't expect the Panorama to take them seriously.
I take them seriously, and I'm gonna call the police.
Better talk to the head of the clinic. Now, if you'll call about 10 tomorrow...
I'll speak to him now.
I'll see if they'll see you. He's probably gone to bed. Hello, doctor. I'm sorry to disturb you. There's a girl here who says she's a reporter from the Panorama. She insists on talking to you. Okay. Doctor will be right with you. Arlene? You did a good job cleaning up. Now you can take your things back to the supply room.
One of your patients is a murderess. I followed her here tonight. Now, we've got to call the police. That's him!
Dr. Bertolo, this girl says she's from the Panorama.
Hello, Margaret. Why aren't you in your room?
This man is involved in a murder, and we have got to call the police.
She came to us last night. We're very happy to have her join our family.
Oh, I was off duty.
Margaret, this is Mr. Jansen. Margaret Griffin.
Hello, Margaret.
Nice try. If you'll go and check my ID, it's in my car outside. I am Grace Collier.
I wouldn't insist on Margaret right away. We want to respect your wishes. When you're ready to have us call you Margaret, you tell us. Take her to room 23.
Right.
Dr. Corbin, prepare her for hypnotherapy.
Come with me, Margaret. Grace, I mean. It's all right.
Please, now you've got to believe me. I am perfectly sane. Just go downstairs and check my bag. It's in my car.
Yes, Grace, just as soon as you're settled in.
No, now I'm afraid my life is in danger.
I understand.
Oh, God, I know what that sounds like. No, I'm serious. As soon as you find out who I am, you'll know that they're making all of this up.
Grace, I believe you're serious in what you think.
Let go of my arm.
Well, it's a little rough going here in the dark, Grace.
Stop calling me Grace.
Then you really do want to be Margaret?
No, damn it, my name is Grace. Let go. Let go.
All right, Margaret, just push up your sleeve for me. This won't hurt a bit.
Help!
Get her in the room.
No!
Open your eyes. You came here to ask me questions. Is that correct?
Yes.
You will ask me questions. You will remember my answers exactly. Word for word. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, repeat after me. What did you do with the body? Repeat.
What did you do with the body?
It was all a ridiculous mistake. There was no body. Repeat.
It was all a ridiculous mistake. There was no body.
There was no body because there was no murder. Repeat.
There was no body because there was no murder.
Again.
There was no body because there was no murder.
Good. When you awaken, all you will remember is what I've told you. If anyone should ask. Do you understand?
Yes.
Good. Now, I'm going to take you deeper. Into deeper sleep. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now, listen to me very carefully. You came to watch us, to spy on us, to feed on our sorrows. Look at me. At no cost. Do you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Good. You want to know all our secrets? Fine. We will share them with you. Watch.
Why is she here?
Don't you remember? She was always here. Don't you remember? Go back. Go back. Remember. Remember when you were very young.
I am in agreement with my colleagues. Although they tend to believe that Dominique is the one who is truly stirred. I think that they will find that Danielle, who is so sweet, so responsive, so normal, as opposed to her sister, can only be so because of her sister. Danielle.
Anytime we have the picnic,
That's right, the picnic.
and people have come to see us.
To see you. Yes.
I remember.
What else do you remember?
She is not one.
My friend,
They were your friend.
Oh, Dominic, it's okay.
They brought their picnic
Thank you,
lunches
Charlie.
and their cameras,
Yes?
and they brought their little children.
Oh, yes, I remember
Yes,
that.
they gave you treats, little
Yes,
cakes,
apple.
candies,
You give me an apple.
apples, yes. And then they asked whether they can take your picture.
Yes.
Dominique didn't like the children very
It's all
much.
right, Dominic. No, she said that they were laughing at us.
Do you remember?
No, I can't remember.
Go back, try. What did they call you?
I can't remember that.
Try to remember what they called
Go
you.
away, please.
You can remember.
I can't remember.
You can remember. Look at me.
No.
Look at me.
Go away. I can't remember that.
You can remember. What did they call you?
No.
What did they call you?
I don't know.
Remember.
He's a freak. Look at the freak. Freak. Make them go away from me, please.
Don't you remember what you learned last spring that you could never have?
No, I can't remember.
Yes, you can.
No, I
Try.
can't remember.
Try. Don't you remember? You realize you could have no home, no husband, no children, no baby?
Yes, I remember that. Yes, I remember that. You're supposed to be sleeping. Why can't you make her go away? Can you make her go away? Please. Help me! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Help me!
Danielle, what happened afterward?
I was walking in the garden with Dominique and I tried to tell her that I was going to have a baby and I tried to explain that it could be her baby too, but she doesn't understand and she got very angry at me and she tried to kill the baby with the garden shear.
Are you in pain?
I'm going to lose my baby.
No, you will be fine.
I'm going to die.
Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine.
Oh, it hurts me. Please help me.
Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. I am the surgeon. You have lost our baby. You are bleeding very badly. The only way I can save you is to separate you from Dominique.
Am I going to die?
No. You will be fine. Everything will be fine. Sleep. 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 Dominique is dead.
Dominic. Please come back, Dominic.
Dominique is dead. Remember.
No, she's not dead. She's going to kill you. She's dead. No, I know she's not. No, she's
Sleep.
not.
Sleep.
No.
Sleep.
No, sleep. She's not.
Dominique is dead. She is dead. In time, you will learn to accept her death. You both have to go away now. Danielle, I'm going to marry you. Do you remember how we came here to the clinic and made it our home? It was good for a while. But Dominique never died for you. You kept her alive in your mind. Sometimes you even became her to reassure yourself of her existence. You could never accept the guilt, the terrible guilt for Dominique's death. It was hard for me to accept what had happened, that we could never live together as man and wife. Every time I made love to you, Dominique came back and took control of you. Did not know how to rid you of her. All I could do was to give you the pills, keep you sedated, until she went away. I tried to warn you about Dominique. Dominique is dangerous for both of us. To Dominique, any man that make love to you is me, Emile. Danielle, I love you. Look at this knife.
No.
Look at it. You killed a man with this knife. Remember. Remember. That's it. What happened?
There was a cake.
A cake. What else?
Dead candle.
Yes. What did you do?
I make a wish.
Yes.
And I blow out the candle.
Yes.
And then I
Relax, fellas. He's dead.
Just a minute, Mrs. Breton. Are you prepared to confess to the murder of your husband, Emile Breton? I warn you that whatever you say may be used as evidence against you.
I have never hurt anyone in my life.
You claim that you had a sister who did it?
My sister died last spring.
Carson? Well, Miss Collier, up and about? How do you feel today?
Oh, fine, thanks. Oh, thank you for the chocolates.
Oh, you're welcome.
Would you like one?
No, thank you. Well, you'd be interested to know that we're reopening the whole case. We already got her on first-degree murder for Breton, but we haven't had any luck in turning up that black man you saw her slice up. Now, I want you to tell me everything you can remember.
It was all a ridiculous mistake. There was no body.
Look, I apologize for having been so skeptical. I should have put more trust in your claim.
It was all a ridiculous mistake.
What else do you want me to do? Apologize in print? I sent you a box of candy.
I'm telling you all I can remember.
Look, I talked with your editor and he told me about the detective that you hired. What did he think? I got a witness who saw that couch being loaded onto the truck. Now, obviously, the body was hidden inside that couch. Otherwise, why would they move it?
It's really quite simple. There was no body because there was no murder.
What was simple? There's nothing simple about any of this. I just don't understand you. Now you claim that there wasn't a body. Well, if there wasn't a body, why did you make such an accusation? You know how serious that could be?
Grace has never deliberately told a lie in her life. You have to understand that she's just not quite herself.
I'm fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. All I know is there was no body because there was no murder.